one of the main focuses on this channel is to experiment with different things, right? Whether it be experiment with different foods, with different growing techniques, with different types of crops. And so in this video, I want to add to that. I am growing, for the first time ever, the Chinese Yellowhorn tree, right? It's kind of a small tree, shrub type thing. And so this video documents me starting the seeds, the whole process, just kind of introducing this plant or this tree into the gardenscape. So we have some basic information on the Chinese Yellowhorn. Of course, pretty sure it's not a native plant to North America. It comes from Asiatic origin, and the Latin name is Xanthoceras sorbifolium, right? The leaves or leaflets can kind of look similar to the American mountain ash in some respects, especially at particular stages of growth. And so this is a tree that can be valued for its ornamental value, and it has been, or it can also potentially have some food value as well, right? With its seeds or its leaves and flowers being cooked, you can also get an oil extracted from the seed, and that can be used for a variety of different things. And so this is a tree from probably not an as well-known plant family, but it's from the soapberry family, and this is hardy to USDA zones 4 to 7, so it has a pretty good range in some of these temperate climates. So it's tolerant to a lot of the cold weather that this zone 6 to 7 climate in my area can throw at it. And then this plant will bloom some nice looking flowers in mid-spring, so that can be enjoyed and probably dovetail right into its ornamental value. I've never grown this plant before, so I kind of had to experiment a little bit with how to start these seeds. First of all, I had to purchase the seeds. I didn't already have any, so I did actually check out the Experimental Farm Network, and I found these seeds on their site, so that was where I got those. And so the seeds have a very hard outer coating to them. They can, traditionally, they'd probably just naturally break down in the soil. But given that they don't have that all winter to do that, and I got these seeds in early spring, what I ended up doing was scarifying the seeds, right? So all I did was I took a knife and I just kind of nicked the seeds, where you just take the seed, you just chip off like a small outer portion of that seed coat so that water can be able to access, infiltrate and get into that seed, and then from there the seed can swell, it can expand and begin to grow. So I soaked it in the water for 24 to 48 hours. I think for me, I actually let it soak for 48 hours or so, and so I came away with a pretty decent germination rate for a perennial plant like that. I think it was around half or so. And then at that point, I had the homemade potting soil mix that I make with the Staghorn sumac mulch that I allowed to be broken down by different microbes, like different types of fungi, and so I put it out there, put them in the 3-inch pots, and kept them watered out in the hoop house. And the germination actually occurred fairly fast. I think it was between like 2 or 4 weeks, or 3 and 4 weeks. And then once, in my area anyway, once we got around to May, like early to mid-May, I planted them right out in the garden on the north side of that garden, right? So that when they grow up, they become larger, they're not going to shade out a bunch more of my crops. They seem to handle the transplant shock pretty well. So far, I haven't really seen any animals. I'm trying to browse these, Yellowhorn saplings, I guess, as you could call them. So that's a pretty nice and promising sign. Who knows, maybe someday they might discover it as a food source too. But for the time being, they seem to be doing pretty well. They're not getting destroyed or mutilated, as is the seemingly inevitable end to so many of my crops in the garden due to rabbits, mice, etc., etc. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what this plant can produce, how it kind of tolerates this ambient climate throughout the different seasons of the year, and just kind of the different edible uses and what kind of yield we can get out of this. So it could be another promising perennial food crop that could potentially provide very nutrient-dense, healthy food material to be able to eat heading into the future. Thank you so much for checking out this video on the Chinese Yellowhorn and some of the different uses that it may be able to be used for, and how I am propagating this tree by seed and growing it outside. So hopefully there will be some more updates on how this tree is doing. I'll be interested to see if there's any like animal browse that may affect it, how it survives the winter, how it grows, and later on down the line once it produces seed, like how those can be harvested and used and everything else. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Take care.